Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time we're going to be feeding a lady that I just picked up in the New Year's breeding event. I got very lucky, and indeed, very, very lucky. This, of course, is Countess Flawless, and she flawlessly has lots of open ruin slots. I hear she's very good. I hear she's very fast. I don't really know much else about her, but we're going to find out. All right, she's obviously female. She's undead. Well, it's the whole vampire thing going there. Family. She's very into family. Very, very into family. And, of course, she's adventurous as well. All right, so I had to actually do some moving around and some chicanery to find a spot for her. So let's put her there right now. Hopefully, no, you're not going there. Nope, 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 nope. I went to a lot of trouble to get you a spot right there. Okay, that was kind of scary. Kind of scary indeed. Alright, so where is she now? Where is she now? There she is. And we'll find a nice name for her. Okay, so this is Countess Flawless. She is a legendary, of course. She's darkness, of course. And let's see, she is immune to possession. Alright, let's take a look at some stats here. Her power is very good. Her life is also very good. Her speed is amazing, but then again, I do see she's getting a bit of a buff right now, because you can see her stamina is 154, so she's getting a bit of a buff, but I mean, her stats are still good. She's just getting probably about an extra 10% or so. I believe that's what she's getting. So, I mean, the numbers are still amazing, especially the speed. As I understand it, she might be the fastest of the darkness creatures. Support as well. I think she's support. Anyway, let's check out some skills here. All right, so the Bloody Lady deals low physical damage to one enemy, and of Monstalbania deals moderate physical damage to one enemy. So both of her attacks do physical damage. That's kind of interesting. You would have thought the darkness would have found its way in there, especially with this one, right? And of course, that very, very interesting special skill she had. Rise, my dark thralls. Resurrects all allies with 100% life, applies double damage to all allies, gives one extra turn to itself. Situational. Yeah, very situational indeed. I'm wondering if they're not dead, does it still give the 100% life? And it does give the double damage, and it does give an extra turn to her. It's just obviously the resurrection is the big thing. So it'd be kind of situational. I guess maybe you can make a combo with somebody else. It would depend, wouldn't it? Meet the real ruler of Vlad's castle. Count Vlad's mother and Vampira's mother, Countess Flawless, is 367 years old, but she doesn't look a day over 42. She doesn't show up much in big events, but everyone knows that nothing happens in Monstalbania without her approval. Yep, she's the boss. She's the boss, absolutely. So let's feed her up here to get her going. All right, so obviously that we've seen that this is going to be her final form, and of course that is her final form. She's fabulous and terrifying. So let's continue, because we want the skills. So let's get the skills going here. Tremble in fear. Deals moderate dark damage to all enemies. 50% chance of applying nightmares. 0 cooldown? That's amazing. Okay. That's a very interesting place to start. Yeah, so that's very interesting. Let's continue. I want to see more. Soul Fascination. 50% chance of applying possession to one enemy. Okay. She gets to try every round, but I'm sure she's going to get better than that. Let's lose that 50% thing, right? Okay, you coming back? I have some more food for you. Some villagers stop by. Yes. All right, let's continue to level 15. Lamia Bite. Deals moderate dark damage to one enemy. Gains as much life as damage dealt. Okay, so this is a life drain. 0 cooldown. Not bad at all. We'll just throw that in there. All right, let's continue to level 20. More skills. Soul Domination. Deals heavy special damage to one enemy, applies possession to one enemy, 1 round cooldown. That is very nice indeed. And obviously it's an upgrade of that one, right? Actually, yeah, Soul Fascination, Soul Domination. Yeah, well, we're probably going to be keeping that one. Yeah, kind of denially, but it's hard to miss the fact that she's actually doing good damage here too, you know? A little hard to miss that. All right, let's continue to level 25. More skills. All Fear Me. Deals moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies nightmares to all enemies. Okay, so obviously it's an upgrade of that one. So I might as well throw it in there, right? That's, again, pretty good damage there. Nightmares isn't my favorite of the torture effects, but, you know, if you mix it with other things, it can work out really good. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for something amazing for that first spot. So let's hope she produces that. I can always move it around if I want, though, right? Level 30. Dracula Wound. Deals very heavy dark damage to one enemy, gains as much life as damage dealt. Alright, so that is an upgrade of this one. It's a 1 round cooldown, but it does a lot of damage. So we're going to take that one. I wonder if that's the last in the chain, or if they're going to be like an insane one. Definitely worth keeping, though. Especially low stamina, 1 round cooldown. Yeah, no reason not to, right? Alright, let's continue to level 35. More skills. Vampiric Laceration. Deals massive dark damage to one enemy. Yeah, right. I was thinking. Massive, insane. Well, you know what? Yeah, we got to take it, right? We got to take it, because the thing about it is it's not a matter of just doing the damage. It's a matter of also healing herself, you know, if she has a problem with that, right? So, yeah, we're going to take that. We got to, I'm sure that's the last one, right? Oh, of course, maybe it's not. Of course it is. All right, so let's continue, because I want more upgrades and more great skills. Level 40. Soul Sacrifice. Applies possession twice to all enemies. Countess Flawless will die after 3 turns. Why? Okay, I'm going to put that in the first spot for now. It's just that I'm not sure why I'd want to do that. I mean, if the possession doesn't stick, it could have been something in terms of, you know, it was resisted because they're hardened, or they have this new immunity, you know, that, you know, somehow they all of a sudden just can resist things, even though it's not in their thing. I'm just, yeah, why would you have it so that she would die? I mean, it's already a very costly skill. I mean, if you look at the stamina cost and the I have no idea. I'm just going to grab it for now. That one kind of throws me for a loop for a moment here. Let's just see the rest of the skills here. We probably have at least one more. Dracula Wound. Oh, we got the better version of that. All right, let's continue. Level 50. Your fear will end you. Applies Nightmare Hater to one ally. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, that's kind of interesting, I suppose. But, I mean, the thing about it is it's kind of limited. She can only do it to one individual, and it means that she's not doing anything else that round, you know? I mean, this, and then this one here, 2 round cooldown, massive damage. Moderate damage here, and apply nightmares. This is obviously the skill that's going to give them the nightmares so they can use this ability over here. And then you have this, which is a heavy hit and gives possession. I don't see a place for this one. This first one, though, is just, I'm going to say no to that skill. All right, let's get, that's probably it. We've probably seen everything. Okay, and nope. And finally, level 60. Right. We got the better one of that. All right, I'm going to look, even though I'm pretty sure we've seen everything. Right, that one, I don't know about that one. You know, I just don't think that that's going to fit with what I have here. All right, that's just the upgraded version of the, the version before of the life drain. I mean, it's not a bad skill, and it might be worth taking, but she does have other stuff that makes it something we don't want to do. Yeah, this one, no reason for this one. She's got like 2 possessions, even though one of them has a terrible cost to it. If she had some kind of a self-damage buff, this one may not have been a bad idea. But she doesn't, so let's move on. And that's just it. Okay, we got everything. We got everything. All right, let's take a look at the skill. The stats, I should say. Obviously, they're very, very good. Now, they are getting an extra 10%, but they're still very good. You know, even if you take that 10% away, they're still amazing. Her speed is really good. So that's something you want to take advantage of. Her power is good and her life is good too. Basically, all of her stats are really good. Really good. I do have only question about that first skill. So we might as well talk about the skills because the one in question is the first one. Okay, so we have Soul Sacrifice. Applies possession twice to all enemies. Countess Flawless will die after 3 turns. Requires cooldown. Alright, it has a massive stamina cost. It's got a huge cooldown of 4 rounds, which these days is huge. What it apparently does is it applies possession twice. The reason you'd want to do that is that there are certain individuals who have resistances, even if it's not seen, right? Say like, for instance, a VIP. A VIP has a 50% chance to resist any negative effects. Well, if you can attempt to apply it twice, you have a much better chance of actually landing it. Now, this doesn't do anything if somebody is immune to possession. And this is just normal possession. This is not an exclusive one. So here's the thing. I'm not sure why this skill has such a terrible cost to it. I mean, if it was an exclusive possession, you know, then it might be better. But I mean, I don't know why this skill has to kill her after 3 turns. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. You know, I can understand why the cooldown is high. Because, I mean, if you have, like, the curse countdown on you and someone reapplies it, the counter resets. So obviously you don't want somebody continually resetting the cooldown on this. I just don't understand why this has such a terrible cost to it. Because the thing is, it's already very heavy in the stamina, it's got a big cooldown, and it doesn't do any damage, it just tries to apply possession twice. And if the individuals, any of them are immune to possession, it's not going to get past that. Because again, it's not an exclusive possession. So I just don't understand why it's got the terrible cost to it. So this tells me if you take this one, you're going to have somebody who's going to be able to remove negative status effects. Find some support person, maybe who does an attack that also removes negative status effects. Because that's what you're going to have to do. Because, I mean, I wouldn't put her on defense then. Because this could be, you know, I just don't understand. Especially as fast as she is. This means she's going to die really quickly. So, and she's got no way of removing it herself. So I just don't understand why this skill has such a terrible price to it. All right, so let's just move on. All right, then we have Vampiric Laceration. This was the last of a chain, and it's a life drain. This deals massive dark damage to one enemy, gains as much life as she... Okay, so basically this is going to do a lot of damage, and especially with her power, it's going to be a lot of damage. And she's going to get any life back she needs to heal herself up to the amount of the damage. So this kind of skill is very, very useful. It's also got a low stamina. 2-round cooldown's not bad considering how much damage it does. So this is a pretty good skill. Then we have this one, All Fear Me. Deals moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies nightmares to all enemies. So it's kind of a high moderate damage. It's got a 2-round cooldown. Stamina cost isn't too bad. It does dark damage, but it also gives nightmares. Like I said, nightmares isn't my favorite dot. But it's still a dot and can be very useful, especially if the targets have a lot of health, because the torture effects, the damage over times, they work on a percentage of health. So if the individual has a lot of health, it's going to be a big chunk of their health every time it ticks down. So these can be very useful. This is a good damaging skill and because of her power, so this isn't such a bad thing at all. And then we have Soul Domination. Deals heavy special damage to one enemy, applies possession to one enemy. Okay, so stamina is not too bad. 1-round cooldown. So, like every other round, she can do this. This is the only special damage attack of hers that I kept. I don't know if she had any others. I think she just had the lower version of this. The big thing is it applies possession. If the individual is not immune to possession or doesn't resist it, they're going to be possessed, and that can be, of course, very useful. It's also pretty well in the damage. It's just into the heavy area, but it is heavy damage, so that's not so bad at all. Her skills are actually kind of damaging to a degree, aren't they? This one, massive damage, and over here, this is a high moderate, but it's a group attack that does dots as well. This one here, I just don't understand why this has such a terrible cost to it. But I mean, it's a very interesting skill in terms of applying possession twice. The only thing I've seen like it in the past are ones that apply stun twice in order to make it easier to get the stun down. So this one's going to do it with possession. So unless they're immune to possession, it's going to be very hard for them to resist this. It's just, again, the terrible cost to it. So anyway, she's very, very good. She's very fast. Just the speed alone would make me think about speed. But, you know, the fact that she's got that countdown on her, I don't think I would put speed on her. I mean, that's just seemingly dangerous. I mean, you could say that she's got denial. The first skill is kind of denial. And I guess you really do need to put speed on her, right? It's just the cost of it is just going to be kind of harsh. So, I mean, in terms of war, I don't know about that. You know, we'll have to see. I wouldn't put her on war defense, that's for sure, because it looks like she's going to die. If the other team can just hold out, you know, I guess you have to make sure you kill the other side before she dies, or you actually get somebody to remove the effects. But on defense, you don't know that's going to happen. But in this case, you do want speed on her. You do want speed on her. I would say also damage. I would probably go maybe 1 good damage and 2 speeds on her. You could just say, okay, she's full denial, but she's going to go very quickly then, which means those 3 turns are going to vanish really fast. And you're also going to be ignoring the fact that she does a lot of damage. I don't know. I wouldn't go, personally myself, I wouldn't go 3 speeds on her. I would probably go damage, probably 2 speeds, maybe a support speed. I wouldn't treat her as full denial. That's just me. It's just that if you put lots of lightning speed on her, she's going to die fast from the skill that you really want to use as denial. So, I mean, that's what I would do. At this point, I'm thinking a big old damage, a big old speed, maybe another speed, or maybe a support speed. Something like that. I wouldn't, personally myself, the way I use her, I wouldn't treat her as full denial. I'd treat her kind of in the middle, damage dealer. She could fill a couple of different roles if you wanted to. You could use her full denial. It's just I'd be really concerned with that countdown going off and her dying before somebody could actually take care of that for her. Anyway, this is Countess Flawless, and she's very, very good. I do have a question about the cost of that first skill. You know, it just seems that the rest of the skill doesn't justify it, considering the cost, the cooldown, and the fact that it doesn't do any damage at all. I don't know about that, but anyway, she's amazing. Amazing stats, amazing skills, and I can't wait to start testing with her. She's going to be in the next testing group. No question about it. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it, and play games, because games are fun. See ya.